Turner is a movement and pain specialist. Do we see young people in need of your services as much as middle-aged to elderly? I imagine we would with computers and cell phones.
Not only that, again, the textings and so forth, because again, when you watch people do this, and thumb injuries are there and so forth. Also, young people just wear those flip-flops too. You know, I just think so much of our kids, more than a $3 pair of shoes to put them on to go to school.
Remember years ago, you always invested a great deal of money in good shoes for your, for you or your children or yourself or whatever, because that is very, very essential.
I'm old, Buster Brown's, yeah.
Oh yeah, remember?
So what is the biggest issue right now with people? Is it the computer? Is it the texting?
It is the computers, because even our children are spending so much more time in the computers. We didn't have that, you know, even 10 years ago. To go to college now, it's just standard to have your laptops right there when they're lecturing. So you're constantly at that, and the smaller laptops, especially the littler ones, you're just at a much closer range of motion. And again, the closer my hands get to each other, the less range I have with my shoulders to even.
And you know, I think there's something, just bouncing back to that, I do think there's something to be said for the computer and typewriter. They were elevated a bit. And I don't know if we saw as much carpal tunnel then. We're seeing so much now because the hands go in a different, there's a different position typing on a laptop.
And the keyboard was a much harder hit, so I actually had to move more.
Exactly.
Versus this, you know, where I'm
So you're saying movement. We need more movement.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you see people saying that they're eating some berries and they're 103 years old, you know what? They're out with a machete cutting the grass, you know, and they're moving. They're, you know, the older we get and so forth. And two, you see that too, laptops in bed and on the couch. You know, we're becoming more and more stationary.
You know, you're making an interesting point, because I think most people wouldn't think that texting would have any effect on them at all. And many of them are doing it 24/7. I mean, that's their life.
Not only that, but I really think it affects your brain, because it just changes your language. You're not developing your language. This LOL and BFF is just not a proper form of language. And I know language evolves, but that's not an evolution.
Perhaps they want to become prehistoric. Perhaps they want to be cavemen, cavewomen.
And that's where you see it in the workforce, where people just aren't working up to higher strides and so forth. It's more about themselves and what's in it for me. So it all affects.
And you know, I'm the first one to give cell phones, texting, and computers a bad time. I'm the first. But really, they are not a tool. They are a functionable, very viable tool, and they're a needed tool. So please, I must go there. But I think where we miss the boat is, especially with some young people, we don't give them foundation before we turn them loose on a texting vocabulary, if you want to call it that. Many young people don't even have the foundation. They think this is the way you spell some of these words.
Yes.
Give your children the foundation, and then, or anyone with the foundation, then you can do that. Because you know what, it's here to stay, and it's a very functionable tool for us.
But Tanya, to that point, I mean, we are what we eat, and we are what we do, in my mind. I mean, if your child is doing nothing but texting, that's what that child will become, to me.
Right, but I was going to the spelling and to the language and to the words. Granted, I mean, it's not going to hurt anyone to text and use abbreviations if they know if they know how the right way is to spell that word.
But to a degree, I think everything in reasonable amounts.
Absolutely. So, and two, don't be in pain more than you need to do. Do something about it before it becomes so chronic that you feel hopeless.
Exactly, and you can help.
Absolutely.
How do they find you, and where do they find you, and why should they find you?
They will feel amazing with an hour of my time. And they can find me at movementlesson.com, or they can call me 602-909-2565. I am in Peoria. However, I feel free, email me, talk to me. I can answer your questions. I'm going to start doing more classes online where you can come and just start doing these little lessons just to increase your movement.
Why'd you get into this?
I have two kids with special needs, and I took them to California to be worked on. My son
worked on how, through a pain and movement specialist?
This is a method, an Opiniel method, and her specialty is kids with special needs. And my son was walking heel to toe within just 2 days, and my husband husband just said, we're not coming to California every couple of weeks. You're going to learn how to do this. And I said, I don't think so. And 5 years later. But you know what? And I help kids with special needs. I have a young man right now whose spinal cord injury, and he's getting feeling back into his legs and so forth. Seniors are just told, here's 2 pills, shots, or surgery. And they're moving again because they're coming to me. I'm very gentle, wonderful. And it's so rewarding. So life changes, and it's great.
Michelle, thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Terrific information. Thank you so much.
When we come back, closing thoughts and moments, you stay right there.